Hey everyone, and we are back at KubeCon in Valencia, and I now have the pleasure of talking to Sakari from Intel, cloud architect at Intel. He's been working on a couple of really cool things, enabling particular capabilities of Intel hardware in the SUSE and Rancher stack. Sakari, welcome, glad to have you here. How's the show been for you so far?
Thanks, Ting, for having me here. This is actually my first KubeCon, and it's been great. I mean, there's a lot of things to learn and talk, and it's great to see people back.
It's interesting. It's the first time I'm talking to someone who hasn't been at the previous KubeCon. Everybody was making the comparison between how it is now and how it has been the previous time. So yeah, glad that you like it. So tell me a little bit about the work that you have been doing with the SUSE and Rancher stack. So what are the things down in the hardware that you are exposing up in the stack?
Yes. So we are doing a couple things. First is around security. We have an Intel capability called SGX, which is a piece of memory which is encrypted, and only the application then can create the enclave can access it. And we are bringing this one on integrating that with the Istio. And so you can keep your signing keys invisible, basically. The big problem right now in the Kubernetes secrets is that the private key is in clear. So that's what the SGX is kind of fixing. And we have a Kubernetes capable CA signer, which is integrated with Istio. And then further on, we want to put that to the Rancher marketplace so people can use it from there as well.
Right. So
the second feature is about security. About acceleration. It's about TLS handshake acceleration using Intel technology called AVX512, and you can accelerate your RSA handshakes with that.
And that is important for anything that talks to API gateways and anything that has when web applications are running on Kubernetes, they do the TLS handshake basically for every API call they do when they create, unless they have keep alive, right?
Yes,
so,
this is mainly for the ingress gateway where you have a large number of incoming connections. So you need to do the TLS handshakes for each of these new clients. And that can be a quite CPU intensive operation. But this, with our acceleration, you can actually accelerate and get more data in.
Right. And do you have any idea about how much speed up that gives you? Like rough, I mean, of course, it's probably, as always, very dependent. But just to give us a bit of a feeling for how much there is to gain.
Yes. So benchmarking is a tricky business. I mean, depending on what you measure and what you want to kind of demonstrate, but. We just earlier this week presented numbers which are in the ballpark of 15 to 30% more
quite a bit.
latency and less latency and more requests per second. We have a public reference from a customer in China who is saying 80%. So your mileage vary.
Yeah. All right. So. Then help me understand the integration into Rancher bit a little bit more. So the new Istio version is coming to the Rancher marketplace, I assume?
Yes.
It's being released now, or has it been released already?
Yes. So the way we work is that our enabling happens in the upstream. So we enable these features in the upstream, and sometimes that can take a little bit of time. This the TLS acceleration has been integrated to the Envoy upstream about a year ago already, but the final piece, which is the Istio one, it's coming in the upcoming 1.14 release, which is out in a couple days, couple weeks. So with that, you can just turn on the TLS acceleration on the latest Intel CPU, and you get these numbers. The security, the SGX piece. That's an independent component which just integrates with the Istio, and that's been open sourced earlier this year. And all of these we are working with SUSE Rancher to put to the marketplace, so people have kind of a one-click experience of enabling these features on the Rancher.
Yeah, and when I install Istio through the marketplace, will I automatically get this, or will this be some sort of a special profile?
That's kind of the details we are working on. That do we want to turn them on by default, or do we have a couple of knobs there to I want this one but not that one? So those are the details we're still working on. But it should be an easy option to turn them on
right.
and use them.
So if you guys have any feedback on that, like should that be in every Istio installation you install through the marketplace, or do you want different profiles? Just let us know. You can DM us on Twitter or something like that. So we appreciate your feedback. So do you have anything you would like to share with our viewers? Anything you would like them to know or feel or do?
Yeah, I mean, as I said, these capabilities they are in our CPUs. They are in our in the upstream projects. They are almost ready to use with the Istio 114. So please go ahead and use them. Give us feedback, and we are continuing to enable more and more features as we go. So that's really all I can hope for. Thanks.
Yeah. All right. Yeah. Very exciting. Thank you very much for being here. I wish you a wonderful rest of the show. Thanks for coming around, and yeah, have a great remainder of your time here in Valencia.
All right. Thanks, Tim.
All right, guys, that was it for now. We will be back later with more content, and otherwise, I'll see you in the